You're watching South Asia Newsline and here the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 18th of December. NSA Ajit Doval meets China's foreign minister. Beijing says ready to work with India. Pakistan's Imran Khan defers civil disobedience amid calls for negotiation. And Russian parliament passes law to pave way for Taliban recognition. And now for all the details. India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, who is on a visit to China on Wednesday, met China's Foreign Minister Wang and discussed a range of issues including management of peace and tranquility along the LAC and restoration of bilateral ties frozen for over 4 years due to the military standoff in eastern Ladakh. Chinese ambassador to India, Xu Feyong, on Wednesday in a post on X said that China is ready to work with India and put into action the understandings between Indian and Chinese leaders. Doval is in China as part of the 23rd round of the special representatives talks being held after a gap of 5 years. The last meeting was held in 2019 in New Delhi. The successful disengagement in eastern Ladakh, which culminated on October 21st, has created a more conducive environment for these diplomatic talks. And just after the beginning of the proceedings, both the houses of the parliament were adjourned over the opposition's charge that Home Minister Amit Shah in his speech had insulted Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. Shah in his Rajya Sabha address during the two-day discussion on Constitution had lashed out at the Congress party and said that it had become a fashion for the party to take Ambedkar's name. Opposition MPs accused Shah of insulting Ambedkar and protested in the parliament premises with photos of B.R. Ambedkar. Meanwhile, defending Shah's statement, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a thread on X criticized Congress, saying that Shah had exposed the dark history of Congress of insulting Ambedkar. He said that Congress sat in power for years but did nothing to empower the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. The Parliament's winter session commenced on 25th of November, with both houses getting adjourned fairly early almost every day due to disruptions.
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के खिलाफ है ये इन्होंने कहा, ये पहले ही कह रहे थे कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को हम चेंज करेंगे, ये इसके खिलाफ हैं, अंबेडकर जी के खिलाफ हैं, उनकी विचारधारा के खिलाफ हैं। इनका पूरा का पूरा काम अंबेडकर जी ने जो किया और जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है उसको खत्म करने का है, तो सब पूरा देश जानता है।
Moving on. Pakistan's jailed former PM Imran Khan has deferred his call for civil disobedience movement for a while as the government has placed the onus on the opposition party to create conducive environment for a political dialogue. The PTI founder had threatened a civil disobedience movement from December 14. In a post on X, he reiterated his demands for the formation of judicial commissions to investigate the events of May 9 and November 26 and the immediate release of under-trial prisoners. Khan also criticized the controversial passage of the 26th constitutional amendment, which he said compromised judicial independence. These circumstances where all constitutional rights have been taken away, bullets are fired at citizens and institutions are being pitted against the people compel the nation to act, he declared. Khan has been in jail for over a year now over multiple cases which he says are politically motivated. And Russia's parliament on Tuesday approved a legislation which will allow the country's Supreme Court to remove the Taliban and other previously designated terrorist organizations from its list of banned groups. The bill will pave the way for Russia to normalize ties with Taliban, which took control of Afghanistan in 2021. Notably, no country has so far recognized Taliban's regime in Afghanistan. The bill is scheduled for further review in parliament on Friday before being sent to President Putin for final approval. While Russian officials have clarified that removing the Taliban from the banned list would not amount to formal recognition of their government, they have also noted that the Taliban's restrictive policies, particularly those limiting women's rights, remain an obstacle to full diplomatic engagement. Russia's warming ties with the Taliban come against the backdrop of rising security threats from militant groups operating across Afghanistan and the broader Middle East, further incentivizing Moscow to seek diplomatic flexibility. Moving on. Sri Lanka, projecting itself as an emerging leader in renewable energy, plans to export surplus power to neighbouring countries, including India. Sri Lanka's Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath highlighted this prospect during the India Foundation program in New Delhi on Tuesday, urging Indian participation in Sri Lanka's energy projects. Herath emphasized Sri Lanka's potential in solar and wind energy, revealing ongoing discussions and projects. During President Anura Kumara Dissanayke's state visit this week, both sides discussed deeper energy cooperation, potential LNG supply from India, and a proposed high-capacity power grid linking both the neighbours to enhance regional energy security. And India's southern Tamil Nadu state government hosted a felicitation ceremony to honour the youngest world chess champion Gukesh Domaraju on Tuesday. The Indian teenager made a triumphant return to India on Monday after winning the title by beating defending champion Ding Liren of China last week in the last round of a 14-game match in Singapore. The 18th world champion is, at age 14, 4 years younger than Garry Kasparov, who had been the youngest world champion since 1985. Gukesh also earned the prize fund of $2.5 million. Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu M.K. Stalin on Tuesday announced a cash prize of 5 crore rupees to congratulate the newly crowned champion.
For me to be standing here and as the 18th and the youngest world chess champion in history it has been my dream, and I feel extreme gratitude to everyone.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.